Hey guys! I thought I would come on today and show you some of my cross-stitch projects that I've finished and some of the patterns that I have in my stash right now that I haven't stitched yet. First, I just have to say everyone has been so thoughtful and kind and supportive and lovely on my first cross-stitch video. I just have to say thank you. You guys are the best. Cross-stitchers on YouTube are the best. So I used to stitch canvas on plastic canvas when I was much younger, and then almost 2 years ago I got back into it. I got back into it for the first time. Does that make sense? I was stitching again, but this was the first time I had actually stitched on cloth or fabric. So the very first thing I stitched is this bunny. Everything I show, I will link where I got the patterns from down below. So this is a little bunny, very simple, 2 colors, some back stitching. I remember I was so nervy about it that I did each yellow thing individually. I like tied it off after every, yeah, very anal. Anyways, that's my little bunny, adorable. I think meant for like a child's room, but I liked the pattern. It was simple, it was repetitive, and again, only 2 colors. After I finished that one, I moved on to a very similar project. This elephant, so adorable. This is 3 colors, but again, very similar, repetitive pattern, something I really enjoyed doing because it was simple. So that's my elephant. After that, I got into, most of my projects were small. I only really finished my first big finish this year, which I'll show you. I did these little salt and pepper shakers that are in love. Adorable. I also did this little sampler style thing for the bathroom. It says, brush your teeth, wash your hands, tame your mane. Love that. I also did Suck It Up, Buttercup, because sometimes you just need to suck it up, Buttercup. I did this adorable little television, which was good practice for me color-wise. Again, like the organization it takes to do this project is not huge, but it was nice to have some like clearly defined blocks of color. That was easy. I had a couple of quarter stitches down in this little on-off button, so that was good. I also did Home is Where Your Butt Is. Has there been anything truer ever said? Home is where your butt is. Just fun little projects. This is probably my favorite. It's 2 llamas, and it says, I love you. Get it? Because they're llamas. So those are all my little projects. I also did, I stitched Christmas cards for my family that year, just using tiny little Christmassy related things. I also did that this year. I really like that. I'm going to continue stitching my cards. Then I started the biggest thing ever. The biggest thing I had ever done, and still the biggest thing I've ever done because I haven't finished my Dorian stitch yet. This is a collection of book spines that appealed to me. Oh my god, straight McKenzie. Appealed to me so much, and I'll tell you why. Firstly, again, I love pattern. Lots of pattern in this. And the reason this was easy to stitch for me, well, easy, relatively easy, was I started in the middle of this book, obviously in the center, and then I could just work all the way down and all the way up. All the books were really clearly defined, and there was only, like, there was a certain color palette for each book, but you're still working in rectangles. So I think this was probably the best thing I could have chosen, my first big project. Because as I said, I mean, you do this book, then you can move on to here and go all the way down this book with its color palette. So it was kind of like a series of little finishes. This took me a year. I have never been more proud of anything. I don't have it framed or anything yet, obviously. If you're interested, I will tell you which books these are. These are like classic books. Again, I'll link the pattern down below. This is Madame Bovary, Great Expectations, Wuthering Heights, Sense and Sensibility, Cranford, Tess of the D'Urbervilles, and Pride and Prejudice. And this tiny writing was horrible. That's one thing I wish I could go back and clean up. Just not the best. It was one thread, stitched with one thread on top of everything I had already stitched. And sometimes, I mean, the dark color shows up really well, but sometimes it was light and I don't know. But anyways, I still could not be prouder of this. I have my little initials, the year I finished, which was this January, and my initials at the bottom. That is my big, big finish. So yeah, I also just wanted to show you some of the patterns I have in my stash that I haven't stitched yet. I have exclusively purchased online from like Etsy or any other kind of instant download. So I just have a cross-stitch folder in my email where I keep all of these. I love that because you can mark up the pattern and then you still have the pattern. Like you don't have to make a copy of it. You just have this digital copy always. So I'll show you some of the ones I ordered that I have not stitched yet. This is the Tree of Life. It's beautiful. I don't know if I'm ever going to stitch this because it is humongous. I would have to stitch it on such a high count fabric. I don't know. That may be too ambitious for me for the next little bit. I have this kind of two lovers walking in the rain, which I think is lovely, and I love these colors here. I have Starry Night. The next few I actually got from, actually I'll show you this one first. The Etsy shop that I got the book spines pattern from, she has a policy where once you finish one of her projects, if you send her some pictures, she will give you your next pattern for free. So I did that, and the free pattern I chose was this one, the bike with flowers. I love it. Little bike and then two little lovers back here. Again, I was really drawn to the colors. And then these next three I got from the same Etsy shop as the pattern I'm working on right now, the Charles Gesmar print, the flapper. I also got this vintage cover of the Wizard of Oz, which I think is beautiful. There's this really weird green palette that normally, it's like pea green, and normally I wouldn't like it at all, but it just suits this pattern so well. Nice vintage book cover. I also have this reproduction of this painting, The Wave, which I think is beautiful. And finally, I have this cupcake, lemon cream cupcake, and she actually has three other patterns that are very similar to this. There's like a chocolate one, a vanilla one, I think. I know there's a fourth one, but I don't know. Oh, cherry. The fourth one is cherry. But they're all this size. So I just think they're so cute if you stitched all four of them and like had them on a wall. All right, that's my stash. Not humongous. I did just place my very first order from 123stitch.com. I'm excited about that. I blame all of you YouTube stitchers and you lovely people, you. I ordered some Mirabilia patterns because I was interested in kind of getting into some beading. I've never stitched anything with beads. So yeah, I ordered 4 of those patterns along with the thread, the canvas, oh my god. I ordered those patterns along with the fabric, the beads, and kind of the other little accessories. I also ordered some bobbins and a bobbin winder because my storage is, I have my thread, my floss in baggies, but I don't like it and it doesn't suit the space I have, so big changes coming for my cross-stitch organization. Oh, I just hit the table. I said I wouldn't do that because it shakes the camera. Habits. So again, thank you guys so much for watching this and being so supportive of my cross stitching. It's awesome to hear from other people that use this as kind of a therapeutic, relaxing exercise, and it is so cool to see all of your projects. So those are my completed projects. They're tiny, except for that one big one, but I just got back into this, so hopefully there's more on the way. And also my patterns. As I said, I will link all of the shops I purchased those from down below if you're interested in a specific one. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!